from Escoffier and people like that, that the recipes are largely unchanged. What has changed is the tools. This induction burner right here heats this water by agitating the ferrous metal ions in it. So it's no flame, but it only works with certain pots, like magnetic resonance. That's super science fiction stuff that no one would have thought about back then. That's new. This mixer is new. Stuff like that is the new school part. But all those recipes, the ingredients, flour, been flour for hundreds of years. So actually, cooking is already kind of steampunk before I do anything about it. So you'll see that, I mean, these egg whites are now at stiff peak, or somewhere thereabouts. Yeah, so it's stiff peak when you pull it out of here, and it stands up. That's a little bit under, but you get the idea. It's very stable under its own weight. What actually happened right there is, say you blew a lot of bubbles in milk, you get big bubbles. If you keep blowing those bubbles or you keep breaking them up, they'll get smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually you'll just get this kind of web work of little tiny bubbles that can support their own weight, and all together just make, you know, it's weightless almost for each one of those bubbles to help. Where am I going? For each one of those bubbles to this bowl is going to be the main bowl for the mix. So I'm just going to be a little careful because you don't want to deflate all those bubbles that he just made. And you'll see that's a theme making this sponge cake. We want to work fast, but we want to be thorough so we don't have lumps. With the same bowl, you can put it right back on here, and we're going to whip the egg yolks now. The reason that they're separated is that egg whites do a much better job of whipping on their own. Actually, if you get a little bit of yolk in with your egg whites, it won't rise at all. The fat that's found in the egg yolks lubricates those egg proteins, and they won't play nice with each other, and they'll slide around and will not make the mass of egg white that you see here. You can whip full eggs. It does emulsify correctly, but a little bit of egg yolk and egg whites is bad news. Egg yolks on their own, though, whip just fine. Not as much as this, but we do